If you're exhausted but still leading, then this video is for you because you're not falling apart. You're probably still showing up and people still depend on you. And even the results might look fine, but leadership is beginning to feel sluggish, heavier. I use the word heavy a lot than it used to. Maybe even decisions feel riskier or your patience is running thin, right? Everything takes more effort. But here's the truth leaders don't want to hear. Exhaustion doesn't make leadership hard. It makes leadership fragile, not because you're weak, but because authority load increases when your capacity drops. And most leadership systems were never designed for that mismatch. Here's a false belief for you. Strong leaders push through exhaustion. Weak leaders slow down. I don't know about that. Most leaders internalize this early. So when the load increases, they compensate by effort, right? You tell yourself, wow, this is just a season of busyness, right? Of craziness, or my team needs me to be steady. And or I'll rest when all this settles, when the dust settles. And from the outside, nothing breaks, but inside, something shifts, right? You feel this. Decisions become more reactive, and your presence, it just thins. And then you see yourself, you start carrying more of the system than you should. And at that point, you're no longer leading the organization anymore. You are compensating for structural failure. And that's the trap. Exhaustion is not the problem. The system routing more authority to you when you're exhausted, that's the problem. So I've got three secrets, all based around this exhaustion in leadership. And number one is exhaustion exposes authority compression. So it's a good signal. You can expose it. And when you're fresh, you can absorb complexity. And when you're exhausted, the same complexity overwhelms you. And it's not because the work changed, it's because your capacity did. In high velocity environments, right, where decisions narrow, right, the timeline for decisions have narrowed, the workforce is changing, the volatile economy is just creating dysfunction. This is when authority naturally compresses upward. So more decisions route to whoever can handle risk, and more approvals route to whoever can think the fastest. And the alignment routes to whoever holds it together. And when you're tired, when you're exhausted, this compression becomes visible, and leadership doesn't collapse, it concentrates on you. Exhaustion doesn't cause failure, it reveals. It's a signal. It reveals structural dependency. Be aware of that, okay? It's revealing something to you. Secret number two: exhausted leaders become bottlenecks without realizing it. Is this you? When capacity begins to drop and authority kind of stays centralized around you, three things happen quietly. Number one is you'll see decisions begin to slow. And the escalations, talking about this earlier, escalations will increase and your calendar begins to fill with alignment instead of direction. And it's not because you are micromanaging or controlling, it's because the system no longer distributes. It no longer distributes authority safely. So leadership becomes heavier without breaking. You carry more, right? Heavier, carry more. The organization basically begins to carry less. And this is why exhausted leaders, they just feel disconnected. Not so much emotionally, but structurally. And the system depends on you to a greater degree, almost too much. And that dependency is what turns exhaustion into fragility. Secret number three: when you're exhausted, structure matters more than effort. Man, the instinct when you're tired is to what? Do what? Push harder, right? And that's absolutely the wrong move. When capacity drops, leadership quality is preserved by design, not effort. And that means reducing decision load, clarifying what must route to you and what must not. You got that? Tell your teams, clarify what must come to you and what must not. Slowing escalation paths, protecting authority distribution. This isn't rest advice. This is leadership architecture. This is what you need to do. And strong leaders don't perform harder when exhausted. They redesign how authority flows. That's what keeps leadership stable under load. Now, if leadership feels fragile when you're tired, that's not a personal failure, that's structural warning. The authority architecture diagnostic exists for this exact moment. It's a free tool that we created. It will assess your leadership. Because when leadership still works, but only because you're carrying more than the system was designed to hold, if this feels accurate, the link for the diagnostic tool is in the description. And remember this, because exhaustion isn't the danger. Fragile leadership structures under velocity, that's the danger. Share this video with somebody who can use it. And as always, please subscribe and stay strong, y'all. We'll see you in the next video.